welcome back to my channel. So I am sadly back from the best country in the world, which I think personally is Japan. I do have a video on budgeting for Korea, so you can also embody those tips there for your Japan trip if you're specifically just going for Japan. But I've gotten a lot of questions on what it was like to travel Japan, tips to make it easier in Japan, all this kind of stuff. Personally, I think speaking Japanese made the trip so much easier. There's a lot of things online already for Japan, and I looked at some of them before I went and I found some of them very confusing, so I'm gonna make this as simple as possible so you can just get all the information straight out. So the first tip I'll give is to learn some phrases for Japanese, especially if you don't speak Japanese. A little goes a long way in Japan. They really appreciate that you try. So these are a few of the words that I would say are important. Arigatou gozaimashita. I would say use the full word because it's a form of respect to people. If you say arigato, I think they'll be a bit understanding, but you use that with your friends, not to like people who are serving you. If you're out eating, you don't go, oh, arigato. You go, arigatou gozaimashita. Got me going jeans cause I'm cool, right? Oh, the spaceship now, I'm a space cadet. And konnichiwa, basic, you say that hello to people, so be like, konnichiwa. In stores, if you go into stores, normally they say, irashaimase. Which means like welcome. I always say konnichiwa back because I think it's nice to like acknowledge them. Another really common useful phrase is sumimasen, which is like excuse me or sorry. It can be used for many different things, but sumimasen. One of my favorite phrases to use or that will help you a long way is kore onegai shimasu. So you can either be pointing at things, showing it on your phone and be like, oh, sumimasen, kore onegai shimasu. Or if you know what the word is, like keiki, keiki onegai shimasu. So kore is a very useful phrase, which means this. Onegai shimasu is please, so always use that at the end of things. Otherwise, it could come off as rude.
Don't be rude.
So kore onegai shimasu, keiki onegai shimasu, or menu is menu. It's like, oh, sumimasen, menu onegai shimasu. That's asking, can I have a menu? So it's quite like, once you know those phrases, you can make it quite a bit in Japan. And one of my other favorite phrase, not my favorite phrase, but that I think is useful is sumimasen, toire wa doko desu ka? Basically, you're just asking where the toilet is. So if you want to ask for something, you say restaurant doko desu ka? Like doko desu ka means where is, and then you just change the subject to whatever you're looking for. Sumimasen, eki doko desu ka? Where's the train station? So those are a few useful phrases that I would think is quite helpful for first time going to Japan. Number two, I would say, is to respect their etiquette and learn their culture and their respect manners. So being bows, you don't have to bow all the way down. You can just like do a nod with your head, which is enough to show them respect. So you can be like, oh, arigatou gozaimasu, and they will do it back. Normally it's just like, I ended up bowing so much and I think it just shows them as well that you're not just coming there to be a nuisance. There's been so many things happening in Japan that tourists have been like not been good tourists, you know.
More specifically, foreign tourists treating geisha like costume characters in a theme park, their kimonos, and even in some of the worst cases, pulling on their hair.
Another thing I would say, which is like kind of segued, I would say if you're lost, just move to the side. Don't stand in the middle of places because Tokyo especially is quite crowded. So a lot of people are moving back and forth, and there are people who are going to work, going to school and stuff like that. So you don't want to be in the way of them. So just be like, stand to the side and look up where you need to go or where you need to be on your phone. Number three is get a Passmo on your phone. You can get a physical one as well, but I think it was a lot more efficient to have it on your phone. The physical Passmo is like a Oyster card for people who live in the UK. Physical Passmo can only be topped up with cash, so if you get it on your phone, you can just Apple Pay it directly and top it up that way, which which made it so hassle-free. But if you want to have it as a souvenir, then you can get it, but just think that you have to carry cash. That goes into like number 4. Make sure you take out cash, that you have a lot of cash on you actually, because Japan takes a lot of cash still. Not a lot of places take card. Some places do, places prefer cash. It's just easier for you instead of having to go find an ATM. So have cash with you, or take it out at the airport before, or you can go to like a convenience store and take it out there. For apps, because I'm vegan, I used Happy Cow. So if you're also vegan, you can use Happy Cow. It was really helpful to find vegan options and vegan places. I did do a lot of research before I went to Japan for vegan places, but sometimes when you're there, I just wanted to use Happy Cow to see what they had to offer. So I would say download Happy Cow if you're vegan. Download Google Maps. Is so much better than any other like maps in Japan, because then you can find places and you can make like favorites and kind of like really organize that. If you're into organizing, you can like find it and then you can go back there. And Google Maps is very reliable in Japan. I've lost count of what tip I'm on. But next tip I would say is to get yourself a eSIM. Me and my friend got eSIM at the airport, which allowed you to have free data throughout the whole time I was there, which is so essential because you don't want to be using your home network out in Japan, because that's going to be so much more than actually just buying a eSIM. Some people will recommend a pocket Wi-Fi. I just say get the eSIM. It was like £20 and you can download it on Klook. That app is good too, especially out in Asia. What I noticed, I had it in Korea and in Japan. Everything I mentioned as well will be down in the description. Don't forget to subscribe while we're here, especially when I see more videos. I'll be talking to you guys, vlogging, all that kind of stuff. Tip number 6, this is if you're going to somewhere like Kyoto or Osaka or more countryside. Stay in a ryokan, which is like a traditional Japanese house, so you kind of get the experience of how they used to live before it became modern. And if you're an anime lover like me and you've seen a lot of anime that has had a lot of traditional aspects in their anime and you want to experience that or relive that, definitely stay at ryokan. Try an Offspring, all that stuff, because those are actually one of my favorites. I love staying in a futon and walking on the tatami mats and really getting the experience. Number 7, plan your itinerary, but don't plan it to a T. I would say plan sites that you want to see and then look at areas around that site. Like if you want to go see Asakusa, and then once you've done experiencing that, you can go see Tokyo Sky Tree, because they're in the same vicinity, and that way you've seen like 2 attractions within one day, and you don't have to go, oh, I want to go see Tokyo Sky Tree, and then you go see somewhere else, so you don't end up like jumping from part to part, because that will end up taking so much of your time. Stay within that area and look at all the attractions in the same day, because that's what me and my friend did. I was like, all right, so we're gonna go to Shibuya this day. We'll go Shibuya, Harajuku, Yoyogi Park, and I think somewhere else, but I can't remember now. But at least you get to like explore all of that at once, and then next day you could do something else. So number 8, I think I'm on. Number 8, you need to be punctual. So if you buy a train ticket that says that you're leaving at 1 o'clock, make sure you're there at 12:30 or even 12, so you can wander around the station a bit, because there's so much to do in Japanese train stations, or at least in Tokyo there was. Get there at least half an hour or an hour before, because you don't want to like miss out or miss your train, because that will give you, let's say, time to get your bento, time to explore the station, go to the toilet, and then once you're done with everything that you need to do at the station, you'll have a good half an hour, 15 minutes before your train arrives and before it leaves. I would say read the room. For example, on trains in Japan, you're usually very quiet, like not a lot talking and everything like that. So I would say minimize talking on the train, and be respectful of your environment. Like if there's an elderly, give up your seat, or don't sit in a priority seat, which you see a lot of people do in the West. If you're a foreigner, they're very nice. Like they'll be very helpful. They'll try to help you if you look lost. Even if they don't speak English, they'll try their best to help you navigate. So just be respectful of that. And if like you know, use Google Translate if you have to. Definitely learn the emergency contact number, which I believe is 110 and 119. Correct me if I'm wrong. I used to think it was 112, but that might be for Korea. Yeah, I'll say those are the most important things that you'll need to learn, or like need to.
Have you ever had a dream that
you would need to know for a perfect Japan trip? Let me know if you have any questions down below that I can answer. Definitely want to answer if you have any questions about like speaking Japanese or just different etiquettes, etc. And yeah, I hope you have a nice trip, and I'm probably jealous if you're going anytime soon. I miss Japan so much, but at this point I might just move there because I've been there and I'm like, yeah, this is my country. So who knows, next time you see me it might be a moving vlog. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share, and I'll see you on my next video. I post every Sunday and Wednesdays for shorts, so if you enjoy my shorts, make sure you are tuned in. And yeah, I'll see you on my next video. Bye. Also, let me know down below what you want to see for your next video. If you want to have more tips and tricks for things, let your girl know. Okay, I'll see you on my next video. Bye.